Alexa, set my alarm for 5 a.m.
Alarm set for 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Right now I'm looking at math, so I kind of look at where the students are, what the standard is, what lesson I'm teaching, how I'm going to get them to their end goal, how I'll scaffold for the students who aren't there, how I'm going to extend for the students who have met the goal. And that's just for math. And then I have reading, ELA, science, history, social emotional learning, and small groups. So it's a lot, but I tried to do it yesterday, but I wanted to have some time to relax with my family. It generally takes me about 5 hours on the weekend. That's if I do it quickly too. So outside of teaching my regular school day, I do run a club on Thursdays. It's the Affect Leadership Club, and it's just to teach the kids how to have like organizational strategy, leadership strategies, and just cooperative skills inside and outside of the classroom. So I only do my club once a week, so it doesn't take me that long to plan, but it is something extra that I do for my students.
I get here in the morning at 6:45 to get the kids breakfast and pack their items or I'm collecting anything from the day before. Then I get a whole new group of students in my classroom, and then I'll teach reading, ELA, foundations. We move into math, and then I take them out to recess, and my duty at recess is to watch them on the playground. More math. Lunchtime. After lunch, they go to recess, and that's when I get my break. But typically my lunch is filled with meetings or planning that I didn't get to. And then after my lunch, I pick my kids up. And then after that, I have my prep, but my preps lately have been filled with more meetings. My contract is done at 2:40, but sometimes after school there are more meetings. So that's day in the life of a teacher.
Why do you do what you do?
For the kids. I do what I do for my students. If the kids weren't here and it was just all the meetings and the outside stuff and everything that teachers have to do, I don't think any teacher would stay. I think the sole reason why many teachers stay in the classroom is for the students. They just, even on the hardest days, there's always one thing that they can do that can brighten up your day. So the kids are my why.
Okay, pause.
Well, there is never enough time to do what a teacher needs to do in the time they are provided. So we're provided a 45-minute prep each day. Well, I had my prep on Monday. Tuesday, we had a team meeting where we had to unpack standards, so my prep was gone then. Wednesdays, my prep is cut short because it's a short day. Thursday, during my prep, I do have my prep time. And Friday, during my prep, I have another meeting. So it's just a lot of the time that is given to me, which isn't a lot, it's 45 minutes a day. Out of that 45 minutes, I probably maybe do about 20 minutes of work a day. That might be overshooting it too. Being a multiple subject teacher, I teach phonics, reading, writing, science, history, social emotional learning lessons. I teach 6 different subjects, so I have to plan 6 different subjects a week in order to meet the needs of my students. So planning the subjects and differentiating for the different types of learners. My favorite misconception that somebody has said is those who can't do teach. And I would love for anybody who wants to come into a classroom for me to just sit in the back and you to just try and see how you would do all day long, 8 hours a day, meeting the emotional needs, physical needs, and educational needs of 30 different little humans. And it's exhausting. I take homework with me, so it's not just my day ends at 2:30, and it can, but most teachers, I would say, don't have their day end at their contract time. They're taking home items to either grade or plan or prep on those off hours. So those who can't do shouldn't teach because it's not an easy job. I think that also people, it's just like, oh, you're their teacher, they need to learn, they need to do this, but I'm not only a teacher, I'm their counselor, I'm some of their mom, I'm their comfort. I'm a nurse, I'm whatever the kids need. I'm not just here to give them instruction. I'm here to provide a safe and loving environment for them. So, I mean, and that also is just me as a person, and I don't need to do that, but that also takes a big toll on me. So there's a lot of pressure to keep all of these children safe and nurtured. And it's just a big responsibility.
Repeat after me. I can multiply.
I can multiply.
Yes, you can.
I think the lack of support that educators receive in this state is apparent. I've never taught in any other state, so I don't really have anything to compare it to, but I do know other people who teach in different places. Just from what I've seen firsthand is just back in 2018 when there was the Red for Ed, just protesting that teachers demanding that they deserve to get paid more. And that payment of getting paid more lasted for a couple of years, and it was a stipend, and then that was gone. So I feel like it was kind of just like hush hush, like here, let's shut these teachers up and give them a little bit of money and then roll it over into their paychecks, but it's relatively nothing. I mean, I have to buy my own supplies because not everything is supplied for me. Things that I want to make my classroom a nurturing, fun learning experience for kids, I have to pocket all of those costs because that is not provided for me. So I would say just funding is really disappointing in the realm of education, especially where we live. I have a second job tutoring online because I have to look for some extra income to support myself because just the one teaching job, my career, is not enough. And that's not how it should be.
Do you have $infinity?
I wish. If I had $infinity, I'd buy you all whatever you wanted. But I don't. And I still buy you whatever you want. So, how does that work?
Yes, I have considered leaving the teaching profession. Last year, it was almost every day. I did not want to be a classroom teacher anymore. I mean, it's devastating for the kids because they have highly effective educators who love them and care about them and want to be here for them. But it's just everything else that comes with teaching that's not worth it. And then at what point is it your mental health is more important than just all the extra stuff that's going on? Yes, you love the kids and you care about them, but sometimes the weight of this profession is just so much that it's just, some people can't handle it. You don't teach for the money, you teach for the kids, and that's true to a certain extent, but I mean, my love for the kids doesn't pay the bills, I pay them. And it's a struggle. That circles back to teachers being undervalued, underappreciated, and underpaid. And I don't know how much longer people in my generation or the other generations will want to deal with being a teacher because, I mean, it's sweet, the kids are wonderful, but what happens with those kids who throw their desk across the classroom or scream at their teacher? And that's not what you sign up for. You sign up to teach the kids, and you don't get paid enough sometimes for the things that go on in the classroom. The thought does cross my mind of, is it worth it? And most times it's like, no, it's not. But then I circle back to the kids and I have those aha moments where I do love being in the classroom. So it's kind of that's a tough question.